time for the recap.
All right, since it seems like the bard gets to do this, or maybe I'm just the guy taking notes. The last episode indeed started with right after our escape from the perilous mine collapse. We met up with our friends and our ally Koto and discovered that they too had been devastated, losing many members for the lizard men were far stronger than expected, and the mine had of course come down on everyone, causing massive collapse. Nevertheless, Koto had managed to rescue some of his kinsmen and bring them out, but all were saddened, for indeed many had died also. Koto, in his generosity, gave us a skid with an ant so that we could make our way out of the mine after a night's rest. We headed out and did so in new passages that we had never explored before. And indeed, we did find something we had never seen before. Finally, on our way out, we found the geologist, Grendelin, who we had been seeking forever and a day. When you seek something, you cannot find it. When you're trying to get out and do something else, of course she pops up. She was nervous about our party, for we were fell and ugly due to all the dust and mess of combat. So she snuck away at first, but our night guards managed to catch her and convince her that we were honorable people. He explained that indeed there was a dragon nearby, and although some of the party wanted to enter the lair and see what they could get, in an adventurous manner, of course, she warned against it and indeed showed us that the dragon could make incredible artifacts of power, for she had allied with it, and it had made her a lair that was both trapped and of incredible space. But she and the dragon were both interested in these strange crystals around, and that is indeed what she was doing for the dragon, is picking up said crystals and bringing them to them. We asked for food, and she said that mayhap we could get food from the dragon, but we would need to be quiet, for it was asleep. And so indeed we walked into its lair and discovered that it was a dream dragon of Fae, generating bubbles that encased everything in its lair in iridescent spheres. And in order to get the item, you would pop the bubble. Unfortunately, as we started to do so, the dragon revealed itself, for it was not asleep and well aware of our party entering. Some of the party decided to bargain with the dragon in an attempt to get some of the hoard. And some decided, well, maybe they could be a little sneakier than all of that. The ones who bargained were breathed on and transported to the Fey realm, while Clintok stood behind and decided to see if he could get a little something extra out of the experience. The ones in the Fey realm were attacked by strange goblins with misty swords, and indeed the goblins struck down two of our numbers, although one was heavily injured and asleep. The other one was mostly simply asleep, for that was the property of the sword. Fortunately, the remaining party members struck down two of the goblins, who decided to flee and allow us to wake up the rest of the party. In the meantime, Clintok was indeed trying his luck while deceiving the fair maiden into going away and not watching him go after the gold. But unfortunately, the dragon was not fooled, and indeed breathed on him and brought him to the realm also. The fallen Fae became trees, who were easy to talk with, but unfortunately did not know much, except they suggested that indeed there was a direction that we could go for help. And indeed, as soon as they pointed out, there was indeed a hut right there with a fair maiden behind the door, waiting to speak to our adventurers. The fair maiden tried to bargain with our adventurers, and Orion the bard was the only one to take up her bargain, which was a kiss for an exit. But it was a perfidious bargain, for indeed the fair maiden was nothing more than a foul hag, and as Orion leaned forward to give his kiss, the hag showed herself. Now we determine what happened to the intrepid Orion. Will he die? Will he die for love? I mean, and exit out of this place or not? I think that hits the highlights. Anybody else?
It is Orion, Basil, Clintok, and Zophan. As you realize the hag, as this fair maiden begins to transform and Orion leans in for the kiss, everything around you washes away. And in an instant, you are falling, all of you. And you fall and you hear a distinct popping, like 1, 2, like 3 things are popping, and you see all the iridescent bubbles in the room. And there's a box, a chest that falls and crashes to the ground. And you land on these this tall blue grass that you remember you saw from the Fae. Kind of catches your fall, so you don't take any damage. The hut appears about 10 feet away from you. The dragon is there, and you hear it snarl. And then everybody can give me save versus spells. Don't forget that you... So first, before you roll. So Orion, since Orion did his song, he was playing his song. Orion, you get a +8 to the roll because you have been playing the music. Everybody else will get a +4, but with your modifiers. So Zophan, that's a +2. Basil, it's a straight up roll. And Clintok, that's a +4 because you had the negatives from before.
We saw this hut, and then we heard another. We kind of fall back into the hut, and now Charlie.
You see the kiss, and then everything just kind of melts away, and then you're falling, and you see all the bubbles that you remember from the room with the dream dragon, and you see a couple of them break as a few of you have struck them. And like a treasure chest or something crashes to the ground and breaks. And when you land in that weird fey grass that kind of catches you.
So are we like in the same place? Or
you are with you are back in the Accursed temple, it seems, with the dream dragon.
And there is blue grass in the
Yes,
Accursed.
and the hut is there as well.
Okay, that makes sense now. I was trying to figure out what the sequence there.
Is the hag still there?
You don't see her at this moment.
Okay, fair enough. I passed my save.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
There's no way I did.
You do have a hustle point.
Is this life or death?
I will spend it because if a GM says,
it is not it is not instant death. I'm just saying that you do have it.
Yep. Oh, that was even worse.
I'll take my chances.
The dice gods have spelled out the fate of Zophan.
Okay.
Dice gods don't like you.
So you land on the ground. So Zophan and Basil, you both failed, correct? The door opens, and the fair maiden with her blonde hair and perfect complexion, but her arms and hands look kind of long, and they're black, almost like you would almost guess like mid-transformation of someone. And she says, "Oh, the dream dragon. Distract him for me." And Basil and Zophan, you feel like this makes sense. Like you need to distract the dragon, not attack the dragon. You need to distract the dragon. You are obviously charmed by her. She is she seems very friendly to you. That's when we will roll initiative. I would say that Orion and Clintok, you will roll, and then for Zophan and Basil, you just go on my turn. So,
Okay. I'll go ahead first. 3 + 1 is 4.
Okay, I got a 3, so you're up first. You hear this woman say this. Remy is in the room. She looks horrified, and the dream dragon is in this room as well.
I know exactly what I'm going to do. The bard says, You have fulfilled your bargain. I will fulfill mine," and walks up and tries to kiss the hag.
Again?
Oh, wait a minute. So the kiss did go through?
Oh, yeah, it did, yeah.
But that doesn't mean you can't keep going.
Apparently it didn't. I mean, it didn't sink in, or it wasn't good enough, or you barely remember it. So, yeah. Twice might be...
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. It's too good an action not to do. But besides which, turn around is fair play. She wants to distract the dragon. I distract her.
Okay, yeah, she, with a big smile, you see her forked tongue comes out and, yeah, lays one on you. She's like, it's like, this will be a glorious day.
I will remember this forever.
And it tastes like mothballs. Clintok, you're up.
I'm going to use this opportunity of this distraction and try to move silently to like sneak behind her and out of her eyesight.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. What's your move silent?
It actually went up a little bit, so it is now 25%.
Okay, make that 50 because she is completely distracted.
All right. 46. We're good.
Yeah, you can get past the hut and to the door.
Oh, nice. So is that my action for the round then?
Yeah, I would say sneaking past her and getting to the door.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. So the hag looks at her three, compatriots here. The trees are. You look and realize in the room that the trees are now there, and they're turning and twisting. And she says, she looks over and sees Remy, and she says, "Oh, bring me that one. It will be delicious." And the trees start, whoosh, like, lumbering over to her as Remy screams. And the hag grabs onto you, Orion. She says, "Oh, we will have Dream Dragon tonight, my dear." And then she points at Basil and Zophan. She says, "Distract him for me."
So Zophan rather is going to pull out a small copper statue of a fairy and is going to rub the stomach, which is glowing, and he turns invisible. He's going to move silently and try to get on top of, to move at least to get to or try to mount the Dream Dragon.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Give me a move silent roll.
All right. Do I make it? No, I don't.
Okay. So you're moving silently. His head is like sticking out of a cavern. It's almost like you look at it, you're like, how the hell did he even get in there? Because his head barely fits out. So he's like sticking his long neck out, and you're getting kind of around him. He doesn't seem to be aware of you. I mean, you are invisible. The mighty Basil.
The Dream Dragon, I imagine he's much taller than Basil, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so how close is he to that hut?
Probably, well, that's a good question. How close is he to the hut? Maybe like 20 feet away.
So Basil's thinking is he's going to climb to the top of the hut to sort of get more on eye level
Okay.
with this thing.
Yeah.
And he takes out the that sealed vial that he got from the cultists, the stuff they were drinking. And
Oh yeah.
back, Yeah. He's got that. So he's going to get up to the top of the roof and try to get his attention and say, "Hey, we got something here you might be interested. We got this from a cultist. I got to get in character. We got this from a cultist, and well, you might find it really interesting. They swallowed it."
I think you offered it to him last time.
He drives a hard bargain.
And
Okay.
Didn't I offer it to somebody else?
But you're standing on top of the hut, right?
Yes.
This grass hut. Yes, very good. Okay.
And I'm trying to get his attention.
Yeah.
The thought process being get on eye level.
So the dragon just kind of looks around and You see his eyes dart around, and he looks at what is going on, and you see, it looks like his eyes like roll in the back of his head and begin to like shoot these prismatic lights through this whole thing. They reflect off the bubbles. They're going like everywhere. The hag grabs you, Orion, and says, "Kiss me, my dear." You do not need to make a save versus spell. But I would say for Basil and Zophan, you do. Everybody needs to make save versus spells.
She protected me. Oh God.
Do I need to again?
This is
Okay.
It's something different.
Yep.
I made it that time.
Made it.
Failed.
These strange lights like reflect all through the room, and for a second, Zophan, you feel very what's the word, like something's being taken from you, almost like your willpower. Currently your wisdom is 1.
Ooh.
Man, that's a painful modifier.
It is the next round. We shall roll initiative. I rolled a 4.
I also rolled a 4.
Okay, you guys are up first.
Just making sure I heard this correctly. The hag ordered the trees to grab Remy, right?
Yeah, she did. Yep.
I will say, perhaps a musical accompaniment to this farce, okay, and pull out my flute and start playing. However, my intent
Okay.
is to break the hag's control over everybody else using my bardic ability to break
Yes.
charm.
Okay.
Everybody gets a new save.
Yes, they do. Okay. Very good.
Well,
Yes.
excuse me, up to the GM, but that's what it says.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Everybody gets a new save.
Yeah. So you start playing. She is enthralled by, she's more into polka music, but she'll take it from her new betrothed. Clintok.
I'm going to try and get into the witch's hut. Or the hag's hut.
All right. So Basil is on top of it. You hear the music playing. Like you just like trying to like cut through the back.
I'm just trying to go through the door since I'm standing in front of it.
They're at the door. I was thinking you were at the door to the cave.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and there's no obvious
No.
secondary entrance.
No, it's not very big, and she's right at the door with Orion as he's playing away. And
Got it. I will make my way to the back of the hut, lighting a candle and trying to set the hut on fire.
Very good. You don't need to roll because the hut, if I did describe it before, I believe was made of some kind of grass.
Yeah.
Great.
Bluegrass hut. Yeah, this sucker goes up quick. It starts burning. He's standing on it. Basil and Zophan, give me a new save versus spells as you hear the music playing.
Well, I got a 9. Doomed to be charmed.
I failed.
Okay. Play more. Basil and Zophan, you are up.
Distract the dragon, but this thing's on fire, right?
Yes, now the hut is on fire.
I'm getting down from the hut.
Okay.
Pretending that it's singeing me if it's not really singeing me. And I stop, drop, and roll when I get down.
Okay.
And Zophan is going to attempt to mount the dragon.
You're attempting with the dragon what I'm attempting with the hag, right?
We're both trying to distract the other. But in this case, Zophan is trying to climb atop the dragon.
Do you have climb sheer surfaces?
Oh, yeah, I do. In spades.
Okay, yeah, just give me a roll on that. Take whatever it is, add 10 to it, whatever the percentage is, add 10. So I don't know if you're in the 80s or not.
89. So
okay, so it'd be like a 99, or
Yeah, I made it.
Yeah, and you realize that these crystal things are like growing out of its back, so you're able to like climb on top of this long neck of the dragon. Okay.
I'm gonna climb on top of. Zophan's gonna climb on top of the neck to the head, and then what's he gonna do?
That's an excellent question.
Well, I have a question while he's thinking about that. Were the trees already allied with the hag, or did she charm them?
Very good question.
Because if she charmed them, they should get a second roll also.
Very good. Yes. Good.
Zophan is going to pull out from his pack he has also a jar of the black ooze.
Oh no.
And is going to smear it on the dragon.
No.
All right.
Using your hands?
He's gonna like dump it out and then avoid using his hands. I don't know, maybe move it around with his boot or something.
Okay. So some of it's real bit, some of it like sticks to your boot, but it's like you see it like stick to the dragon and start to like bubble and start to absorb into its neck. I will give the trees some rolls here since you reminded me. That's a very good good reminder. Let's see, that one is a 7. That's not very good. Better die to roll a 15. One of the trees is trying to grab Remy, and the other tree goes, "Hey, what are you doing that for?" And they seem to be talking to each other, like, what are they doing? And Remy kind of slips by them and tries to run for the door. The dragon screams as this thing is like burning his neck, and he swoops back his head inside the cavern. Zophan, give me a dex roll.
All right. Gotta get under natural 1.
Okay, I'll let you decide. You can stay on its neck. You can duck down and go in with him, or you can roll off and like tumble.
Zophan would roll off and tumble. He's succeeded in his goal of distracting the dragon.
So yeah, you roll off and tumble, and the dragon is out of sight. It just, you can hear it in the back, just like kind of, it's almost like thrashing around. The hag goes, "This is delight," and she's, "My hut is burning," and she steps out and looks around. Give her a roll here. Is Clintok? Are you? Well, you're in the very back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She doesn't notice. She obviously knows is on fire, but she doesn't see you, and she says, "Well, what is going on? Grab the girl, and why is my hut burning?" And she for a second looks panicked. We will go to the new round. I believe that's everybody. 6.
Ryan.
All righty. I'll give it a try, but that's, sorry, total of 4.
So she looks, and she sees that the trees are like arguing or something, and she's kind of confused by that. And she steps out, and she speaks in some language, probably Fey. She yells something, and the hut kind of like shimmers, like lights around it or whatever shimmer. It's still burning. And in an instant, she begins to transform. She gets tall. She gets like 8 feet tall. And her whole body, like, it's kind of the image you saw right before she kissed Orion. Her hair just starts to fall out and gets all craggly, what's left of it, and her teeth are gnarly, and she's got long nails. And she kind of like lumbers around and looks, and she sees Clintok there, and she hisses at you with her forked tongue. And that is her whole turn. The trees are like wrapped up fighting each other, trying to get Remy as she is at the door. And let's see. So Zophan, what are you going to do? You're friendly to the hag. She seems pissed off.
Zophan strongly believes in not trying to rock the boat, and if she seems upset, he's gonna let her kind of sort it out.
Okay.
So he's going to do nothing, and maybe get to like a safe vantage point. Like she's looking pretty angry,
Yeah.
and like she's probably you don't want to be within hissing distance of her at the moment.
No.
Good or bad, friend or foe. So he's gonna kind of get out of the way. So if there's like a stalactite,
Yeah.
or something that he can hide behind,
Oh yeah.
he's gonna go and try to get some cover.
All right, you guys are up.
I'm gonna kind of move as far away from her as I can, but then also try to shoot her with an arrow. Does an 18 hit?
You shoot her, it sticks in her, and she just kind of grabs it and pulls it out and throws it on the ground.
All right.
And the hole that was there just kind of goes and kind of just comes right back.
Oh, joy.
No good. No good.
So how big is this? How big is she now?
8 feet tall. Real
Ooh,
spindly.
Okay. So that idea is not going to work, but oh well. I guess I will fall back to what my character has done well for basically every episode since the beginning. Pour oil on it and light it on fire.
Okay.
And since she is treating me as an ally and has turned her back to me, I hope I have some advantage on that.
Yes, I would give you. Yeah, I'll give you a +4 since she is unaware, kind of like a sneak attack. She's just unaware.
Sneak massage.
You're going to get Basil's attention because right now he's just fascinated by the hut on fire.
Okay, I rolled a 15, +4 is 19.
Okay, yeah,
So,
you hit her with the oil, and she starts to catch fire. Roll damage.
all right. Everybody's favorite D8 is a 7.
Nice.
Yeah, she screams as you catch her on fire, and she is now burning. So who's left? Basil.
He's just the dragon's distracted, so he doesn't have any other orders. So he squats down. Can he like he did before? Is the grass tall enough for him to kind of squat down in and sort of disappear?
Yeah, you can hide in this grass. Yeah, there's like a weird patch of it in this cavern that just magically showed up.
He lays down in the grass with his palms in front of him like this, and he's just watching the hut burn because he loves fire.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you duck down. She turns as she is burning and looks at you, Orion. Oh, you know I always burn for you, my dear.
Bards have to romance all the women. That means, unfortunately, sometimes we have to save them.
And she says, I will remake you into my own. And she goes and swings her talon at you. I believe that is probably a hit.
Unfortunately, that's a hit.
Okay, so that would be 6 damage.
Ouchie.
Are we on the dismemberment table, Orion?
No, I am beyond level 1. Thank you very much.
Oh,
I'm very, very unhappy, but not there yet.
She slashes you, and you're bleeding, and you're still up. She says, oh, don't give up, my dear. So that is a total of 18. 8 damage.
What's her plus to hit?
Her plus is a 7.
Woohoo!
Oof.
So 6 and 8 is 14. I have 13.
All right,
Dead, not 0.
Okay, so we will go to the death and dismemberment chart. You just need a little. This maybe this is foreplay for her. Who knows?
I'm gonna miss my friend Orion.
All right, here we go. Okay, so first you're gonna roll a d6.
5.
Okay, so that time she swipes at you and strikes you right in the face. All right, and then roll a d12.
Hey, maybe I can match the, blood loss. What's the blood loss numbers? Come on.
No, it's this.
Basil knows. 4.
All right. So what you guys, she hits you, and what you guys see is she strikes Orion, and he just looks like he's about to collapse. She reaches out, grabs him. It looks like she's about to take a big chunk out of him. Her teeth come out, and then she stops and gives him a big smooch as she catches him.
It was 4 plays. BDSM for the win. Never mind.
All right, so you are currently knocked out, but she couldn't attack anybody else. So she is burning, and she orders one of the trees, "Come and put this out." And the tree starts to lumber over and hit it with its branches, its yellow flowers, and put out the fire. Actually, I went first that time. So that is what has happened this turn. You can hear the dream dragon is thrashing around in the cavern, out of sight.
And we're still charmed, right?
No, didn't you make your save? No, you did.
I made the save against the dragons.
Right. So yeah, you and Zophan. Actually, it's your turn. So it's your and Zophan's turn. Sorry, you guys are still charmed. So this is what you see happen.
She hasn't given us any orders, so I'm just still watching the fire. Because if I'm charmed, I can't attack her.
Yeah, she should have. She got distracted. I mean, this whole thing with Orion is distracted. She should have ordered you to do something, but she'll next turn.
No, it's fine with her being distracted. I mean, she is on fire right now.
Zophan, seeing that her hut is in danger, is going to try to run in and save any valuable possessions for her so that they don't go up in flames as well.
Save any valuables. There you go.
Okay. So Zophan, are you still invisible? How long did that last?
It actually just wore off. It was 3 rounds.
So you run in, open the door. The door instantly opens. When you walk in, you are now in the Fae. You are back, the blue grass, the crimson sky, and behind you is kind of a shimmering door. In front of you are 3 goblins that look with their wild iridescent hair and those swords that were smoking, are running right towards you. It looks like they're headed for that door.
Zophan is going to go back the other way.
Okay. Zophan comes in and runs back out.
And I guess that will be his turn. Oh wait, he would say, "Milady, goblins are coming."
Oh, it's about time. Okay, now it's your guys' turn. Orion, you're knocked out. Clintok, you are... you would set it on fire. She didn't get around to you. Orion distracted her.
I will attempt to find a place to hide in the shadows.
Okay.
Barring no ability to successfully do anything to the hag.
All right, so you're going to hide in shadows?
Yeah. With an 89, so not likely. My current skill is 15.
All right, so we will cut to the mineral pool where Felix and Karn and the Bessex brothers are all hanging out. You hear like the cavern shake.
Oh.
Behind that door.
There must be a match going on.
I think perhaps you are over concerned with competition.
We at least have to go check it out. I mean, they could be who I have to face next.
I'm not one to turn down a good fight. I pick up my blade.
We must help our friends.
You hear somebody banging on that door.
Arnold opened it.
Do you remember the combination?
I don't know.
Give me an intelligence roll.
All right, let's see what Karn's intelligence is. Karn's not the brightest bulb in the bunch. I'm going to need that low rolling D20. He's got an int of 7. He rolled a 7.
You remember the magic knock. I think it was 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So you remember the knock. The door opens, and you see Remy. She looks in sheer panic. Like all she could do was bang on the door. She couldn't obviously, before she opened it, had no problem with the combination. She's just absolutely frazzled. Beyond your sight, you see some strange hut on fire, and an 8-foot tall, scraggly creature who is being doused by a giant tree that is putting out a fire, and she is holding someone who looks like Orion, and then coming towards you is another tree, like lumbering.
Good drugs, right?
Is this the same day that we've escaped from the place, or have we slept and gotten into a new day yet?
You're in a new day, I believe.
We're in a new day?
Yeah, this is a new day. Yeah, because you're getting ready to leave that morning, and that's when she went in to get the food for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a new day. So, yeah, hit points or AC. Or, no, yeah, isn't that what it is?
Well, he needs to roll a d6 for his temporary hit points from his action. He gets 2 extra.
Okay.
Before he goes rushing in there.
All right.
Because he's going to go running in.
Okay. We'll stop right there, and we will go and reset the new initiative. So we've set up the scene. So I rolled a 5. So you've got everybody. Well, you've got Clintok, Felix, Basil. No, Basil's charmed.
Other
Karn.
Basil.
Yep, other Basil. So.
Basil has a +1 to Dex, so.
Yeah, Felix and Clintok both have +1 as well.
Yeah, so does Karn. He's got +1 to that.
All right. I guess I'll roll. 4.
Okay. And what did I roll? 5?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. It was so long ago. Okay. So my crew's up first. So the tree comes lumbering up there to you, Karn, and reaches out and snatches Gremy away from you. I'll be taking this.
One of the trees was not under control anymore.
Correct.
Can I try to resist that, or?
Huh?
Can I try to resist that, or is it too fast for me?
Oh well, he grabbed her.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to try to grab her too?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, give me a strength roll.
What, a strength check, or?
Yeah, give me a strength check.
Okay, so I got to roll under my strength of 15.
Yep.
I got an 18.
Yeah, so it snatches her.
But I wanted to roll low. It doesn't roll low.
Let's see. So she picks up. She's got Orion, as this tree is just putting out the fire, and she's hitting the tree's like, "Your hut's burning too. You know that?" Yes, I know. And she goes around and walks through the door with Orion into the hut. At that time, the door, as she goes in, 3 of those goblins with their wild hair come running out and look around, and they go, "The dragon!" And they go to run towards where Charlie is. Let's see. Basil, are you... Oh, wait a second. She hasn't ordered you to do anything. She peeks her head back out. She says, "What are you two doing? Help the goblins."
Help the goblins do what?
Defeat the dragon.
But I thought we were just distracting the dragon.
Not anymore. And in that case, I will give you another save versus spells. So it's kind of it's kind of very dangerous to do that.
I was going to say, it's really out of character for Basil to just run in and attack a dragon. Oh, rolling 18 again.
Did you not make it?
Also, yeah, I definitely didn't. I
So,
also
yeah.
have a -3.
I'm thinking you guys are actually in league with this egg the whole time. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, I mean, you don't have to run in and like attack the dragon like mano a mano. Just help the goblins fight it.
I rolled a 7.
I asked the dice for another 18, and it gave me a 1.
Oh yeah,
okay.
you're definitely in it to win it now.
How far away is the dragon from Basil?
It's at least the hut's 20 feet. You're at least 20 feet away from it.
Oh, I am nowhere near far enough away from the dragon. To use Basil's standard operating procedures, when it's his turn, he's going to run away to a medium bow shot lane and then take shots.
Okay. You can manipulate yourself so you can look into the cavern to see, and you can see the dragons back there. You can see the crystals reflecting off of it, and there's all these bubbles floating in the room. So you just you have to time it right.
And he's got a -4 to hit.
Yeah, I mean even better. I mean that's just don't tell me the odds.
Is it time for him to go, or?
If you want to I'll let you make an attack. If you want to maneuver, Basil, with that natural 1, you're motivated.
Yeah, he maneuvers. He tries to take a shot. He rolls a 3.
Okay, give me a
-1 to hit.
Give me a D6 roll. Let's have some fun with this.
A 1.
Excellent. Give me a D20.
Oh God!
1.
You run past this grass because the grass only extends a couple, like 5 or 10 feet, and there's all these stalagmites, stalactite stuff in the cavern, all these bubbles, and you fire, and your arrow actually hits one of those bubbles and pops it, and a bunch of water skins fall to the ground.
Very well.
Hold on. Wow, 8 water skins. They look like they're full of water. I think the ones you were looking for last time. Okay, yeah, and the goblins run. You can see them running into this cave to fight the dream dragon. And she has vanished into the hut with Orion.
And Zophan's going to run after the goblins. He doesn't recall a time he's ever been on the side of goblins. But this is certainly a first for him.
This is the time. So, Russell, since you are currently unconscious and this is going to be 0 fun, or not, I will let you play the elf. I actually have his sheet done. So you can play Torjon the elf that you saved. He is basically wearing a loincloth. Okay, you guys are up. Karn tried to grab Grammy, but this tree, this sentient tree, grabbed her instead, was too strong. There's a hut that's burning. You see in the background, like, Basil get up and shoot an arrow and break one of these bubbles. I mean, it looked like he probably did it on purpose. I mean, he found some water skins. And Zophan ran in with a bunch of goblins. Other than that, it's, another day.
Clintok is going to shout to the rest of the group, the girl and the dragon are on our side.
No kidding. Save the girl.
Felix is going to try and cut down the tree. And I assume a 19 hits.
Yes, it does.
Okay. For 7.
All right, you cut a huge branch comes off, and some of those flowers go everywhere. And it's still grabbed onto the girl. but you took a big chunk out of it. Sprays like pieces of wood and bark everywhere.
Nice.
Arn's going to be in pursuit, trying to hack at it when he gets a chance.
Okay. I'll give you a hack at it. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you hack at it since I tried to grab it and you tried to pull her away. I'll let you hack at it.
Well, 16.
That's a hit.
All right. Oh, that's a D8. 6 points.
Okay, I'm going to give him a roll. It drops Grammy to the ground. She falls. Pieces of a big branch falls off. Pieces of wood and bark. It's not moving. Looks more like a straight stick now, like a stump. And you notice in the branches that fall and break, the rings are like blue and almost looks like gold, like you would line pages of a book or something. Look like a gold streak in them. And all these flowers are scattered. These yellow flowers are scattered everywhere. It's in bad shape. Basil.
So what did Zophan do this round? I forgot. I was trying to read the character.
Zophan ran and followed the goblins into the dragon's cave.
So I see Basil sort of standing by and plinking away with his bow, and Zophan ran ahead. All right. Well, I'm going to run forward until I can see Zophan, not, get up to him, but enough that I can see.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Charm Person on him in an attempt to counter charm what the witch did.
Okay. Save versus spells, right?
Yep, save versus spells.
Oh, great. This is going to work out in your favor since I have a 1 wisdom right now. So that, normally I don't have a modifier, so it's a -3 modifier at that 3 and below. So it's an 18. So I have to get a 19 or 20. And I rolled 17. So that's the one that I needed before. I failed. Zophan fails.
Okay. There you go.
Okay. Zophan, we're your friends. You must help us.
Zophan looks around confused. Ooh, where's Orion?
The hag took him. Well, I don't know that that character could see that.
No.
Did he come in?
No, he wouldn't have seen that.
He didn't come in.
No.
Or John. Well, then I would, of course, say, I don't know. I don't see.
Zophan's gonna run back the other way out of the dragon's cave. And survey the scene, and then notice that Orion is missing, and call out, "Where's Orion?"
Arn saw what happened to Orion, didn't he?
I mean, you saw that the hag had him.
Some creature took him into that hut, the one that's on fire.
Without a second thought, he runs in because he has almost no wisdom.
So Orion runs through the door.
Run into the burning building.
Yeah. That's his turn.
Can Clintok see from where he's at any of the goblins?
Yeah, you can move around. You can see in the room that they've got their weapons drawn, ready to fight the dragon.
I will attempt to get in position and then release an arrow in the direction of one of them.
Okay, good.
15.
That's a hit.
All right. For 4.
Yeah, you shoot one.
Starting to run low on arrows.
Almost dropping it. It drops its sword as you just take it from surprise.
Nice.
And the arrow just went right through the other side. It's
Oh,
looking
wait.
around.
Was that a sneak attack?
You know what? They wouldn't have noticed you were there. Yeah, so tell me how he dies, because you get extra damage for that, right?
Yeah, doubles.
Yeah, you would have killed him. Yeah, he had one, with that hit, he had 1 HP, so he's dead. So you can, yeah.
Yeah, so the arrow goes right through his throat and out the other side, embedding in the ground in front of him, and then he falls onto the haft of the arrow, breaking it in half.
Yep.
Okay.
Basil's disappointed, but that is pretty sweet.
That's a good shot.
One of the Bessex brothers, you could go if you want.
Clintok, you're supposed to use your fists like this. And he runs after the goblins and is going to punch one and see if he can speak up to his game. Definitely not. That was a weird. So he goes to swing and he misses horribly.
Okay. I think that's everybody on your side, and I think I've gone already. So we will go the initiative. I think 4. I think, Basil is the only one that... Wilberforce the only one that's with the hag anymore, right?
Attack the dragon.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Reluctantly attack.
Yes. All right. I rolled a 4, so whoever wants to go on you guys' side. I don't think you want Poor John rolling, because I think his deck sucks.
-1, yeah.
How about Karn? Can Karn roll?
I mean, if you haven't...
Yeah.
2 + 1, 3.
Okay, so I'm up first. So the hag has... okay, so Zophan, you run through there. You can see that you are now back in the Fae with the crimson sky and the grass. And the hag is laying Orion down onto this, bed of, twisted vines and things. And in the distance... you can see that there are 3 figures. You can just see their silhouettes. Their head walking towards the hag. And she looks over and she sees you and she's like, "What are you doing? The dream dragon."
Who are you again?
Ah. These mortals. My sisters approach. We will take the dragon for ourselves. Get back in there.
I don't have to listen to you.
And that's when you can give me a save versus spells.
Dang.
I gotta roll a 19 or 20 in order to make it.
Poor Zophan.
A 15.
Yes.
I do have to listen to you.
Yes, so you run back out. Gosh.
And he runs back in.
Yes, you see Zophan come out of the hut. The hut is still burning as that one tree is trying to put out the fire. It's like, your hut's on fire. This isn't good. And a piece of it collapses. And I'll make a roll. So, in 2 turns, you would estimate this hut will completely burn to the ground.
And our friend is on the other side of it.
So the goblins, there are 2 goblins. Basil attacked one of them. 14, does that hit Basil?
Yes.
Okay. You take 3 damage, give me a save versus spells.
Basil's is also not pretty good. Is not very good at this. Oh man, all these dice have been cursed. I'm gonna get different stuff. All right, we'll try this one. Fail. I gotta roll a 7.
Okay,
did,
so
16.
Basil, you are struck by the sword and instantly, it's after workout nap time, and you just fall asleep. The other one will attack the dragon. He takes a swipe at it. He's kind of thinking twice about it as his buddy is dead, and the other one, there's some other people attacking. The tree that is a stump really can't do much. Is just sitting there. The other tree is trying to put out the fire, realizing that this hut is going to burn down, and looks and sees the stump. He's like, oh, dear friend, and he walks over and cradles the stump and is looking at him. Oh, what has happened to you?
That the one that we've been hacking on is the stone?
Yeah, he kind of like grabs and looks at him, and you guys are up. Oh wait, I take that back. Basil is still on my side.
Basil with force.
Yes, Basil.
He's going to have to take another shot at the dragon again.
Yep.
All right. He got a 16 minus 4, a 12.
Okay, give me a d6 roll.
2.
Okay, give me a d20 roll.
5.
So again, you see Basil like pop up with his arrow. He fires and he pops another one of these bubbles, and looks like a wardrobe chest, like an armoire or something, comes crashing down. And you hear the wood and shit splinter, and there looks like there's items all over the cavern floor. The arrow does not hit him.
So when you say there are items all over the floor,
Yeah.
what kind of items?
You would have to go and investigate such items if you wish to do that.
Well, I need to get close enough to find a weapon. If the wardrobe spilled weapons, I'm going to find something decent and scoop it up, and if it didn't, I'll start looking around for bubbles.
Give me a d6 roll.
5. Since I can use magic, scrolls can count as weapons. I will, let's see. Can I pick up the jewelry box and a scroll or two?
You have to either or, since they're not really close together.
All right, so fine. Survival first. Pick up a scroll.
Grab the scroll. Okay. 4.
Oh, while he's looking that up, my actual plan with the hag, if she didn't get if she felt safe enough, is I was going to suggest, an appetizer before we ate dragon and feed her the tree flowers and get her to fall asleep.
Nice.
Okay. Give me a d4 roll.
A D4.
Yep.
2.
Roll a d6.
5 again.
Give me another d6 roll.
6 this time.
Looking at it, you realize it's water breathing. It's a 3rd level water breathing spell.
Well, that's useless.
I don't know.
Almost, if you had rolled a 1, it would have been called lightning. But
Yeah, well. Luck of the draw.
You could effortlessly chug all those water skins.
yeah.
Neti pot.
Let's see. Zophan is switch sides more than Italy in the Second World War. Let's. Torjon has gone. He's got a scroll. Basil went for me. So yeah, the rest of you guys are left, right?
Can Clintok see any of the other goblins still?
Yeah, you can see them.
All right. Are they aware of his presence?
No, they're not. They're fighting a dragon. They are absolutely not aware of what you're doing.
Another 15. And 12 this time.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that is very dead. So you can tell me how that one dies.
Yep. This time, at a miraculous 12, stereotypically through both sides of its head.
Nice.
All right.
Very cool.
So it is 2 out of 3 goblins are dead. I think that leaves Felix and Karn. And
Yep.
potentially Basil.
What's the state of the tree that was taking Remy? I can't remember exactly if it's still.
It is. It's technically still alive, but being cradled by the other tree.
And Remy's loose.
Yeah, she She's at the door, and she's kind of freaking out, and she hasn't run through that door yet. She's kind of like panicked for a second.
Okay, and it seems like the other tree cradling it is... Well, yeah, I have no idea what's going on with it. I will just attempt to make a beeline for the other goblin, since it's the only other thing.
Okay, yeah.
Can I make it to it?
Yeah, you can make it to it. You can see, you come into the room, the dragon is like punched up against the back of the cavern.
Yeah.
And these two guys are dead. Basil is asleep on the ground. You hear him snoring.
Does a 12 hit?
Oh, no, it's a 13.
Okay. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, he just catches you out of the corner of his eye as he's distracted with the dragon. He's like, whoa, you just miss him. Karn.
He runs to Basil. While he's running over to Basil, he yells at the girl, "If you aren't any good in a fight, get through the door and close it." And then runs to Basil and leans down and tries to shake him awake and see if he can find out.
Yeah, no problem. You wake up Basil.
How did I take it?
We gotta help our friend Orion. Come on, let's go.
Where are we going?
Follow me to the hut.
All right, let's do it.
Oh boy!
And I don't know if we have time to go towards the hut right now or not, but that's the plan. To get to the hut.
The next turn you'll be able to get through that hut.
Okay.
The girl, she kind of snaps to and runs into the room where you pass her. As you guys are running out to go to the hut, she's going in where Charlie is. I think that is everybody. Well, of course, Charlie.
Karn's thought is that a dragon can handle a couple of big goblins.
Yeah. So Charlie comes down, and that last goblin, who's kind of panicked, just comes down and goes whoosh, and just starts chopping away and kills that last goblin. Technically, we're sort of kind of out of combat, but we are in turns. But I'll let you guys go because... So you know that this hut is going to burn to the ground probably at the end of the... It's about 2 turns to go, so at the end of the next turn, it'll probably be destroyed.
Karn yanks the door open and looks inside.
Peeking inside, you're looking into Faye. You see what looks like 3 figures are now a lot closer. Well, you wouldn't know that, but there's 3 figures behind the hag. Probably, I don't know, 50 yards. The hag is standing there. Looks like she's like dressing Orion's wounds with like some kind of salve and bombs and...
All right.
Karn looks at Basil and says, "I'll attack the hag. You grab Orion and get him back out of here."
I can do that.
Yeah, Karn's thought is he's going to run in there, take a slash at the hag, give Basil enough time to grab Orion to pull him back.
So Basil will wait for Karn to make the move.
Oh yeah, Karn's running in there and hacking at the hag, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Karn.
I got 17 plus 1, 18.
Nice.
You swing, and your weapon just kind of clanks right off her forearm as she puts it up to block your hit.
And Basil's going to attempt to scoop up the newly anointed lover.
Yes.
And he's going to scoop him with his good arm.
Yep.
And then start like trying to run out.
Yeah, you can scoop him up. The next turn, if you want to run out, you'll be able to run out.
This time, I'm getting the damn jewelry box. And if I can get a scroll at the same time, fine. Otherwise, no.
Okay. It's either or. You could grab another scroll, or pick up the jewelry box.
Jewelry box it is.
Okay. So inside is a key and a folded piece of paper. It looks like it's been folded like 100 times.
Well, I'm not looking at it now. I'm just grabbing it.
Clintok, hoping to curry favor with the dragon, will make his way over to see if the dragon is okay.
Okay.
And Felix will charge into the hut to see what's happening in the hut.
Okay. You charge into the hut. You can see that Basil has grabbed Orion. There are 3 figures about 50 yards away approaching. The hag is there as Karn is attempting to attack, is fighting it.
If I could still do something this turn, make it to the hag and attempt to help Karn.
I will let you attack. Yeah.
Okay.
The hut's right there. You could run in and attack her.
Okay. Oh, nat 20.
Nice.
Okay. Natural 20. So what is the damage of your weapon?
It's a D8.
Okay, so it's 8 plus. So make another D8 roll.
5.
5. Okay. And roll a D100.
55.
Roll another D8.
8.
Yeah. So you put an ass kicking on her. She
Is that the official condition?
Yes, ass kicked. That is the official condition of her right now. You cut into her really bad and break off pieces. It like her body like splinters away, and when it splinters away and lands onto the ground where this blue grass is, they look like little centipedes and little bugs and spiders. The pieces of her, that's what they turn into, and they just scurry into the grass and run.
Nice. Felix says, a focused mind, a focused blade, and focused pain.
Ooh.
With the strength of Cuthbert behind you.
The bard mumbles something in his sleep about leaving wordplay to the experts.
Basil Wilberforce hasn't shot another arrow yet.
Oh
no.
yeah, that's right. It's go ahead, Basil. Make something happen. Are you still attacking the dragon?
I mean, he's supposed to be, right?
Right, yeah.
He got a 16 minus 4, a 12.
All right, give me that good old D6 roll.
A 4.
Okay, you managed to miss the bubbles. You did not break any more of them. So you fire another arrow. So she's got Karn. So the hag looks badly damaged, and she sees Karn and now Felix, and then who is it?
Basil.
Basil taking her betrothed away. Oh, you will join me. So she is.
Oh boy.
So she's going to attack Felix. Not with a 10. She misses. You've got her off her game. 17. No, 18.
Who's that attacking?
That's Felix again. She missed you once.
Oh.
She's going to try to hit you.
I think 18 may hit. Let me take a look. Yeah, AC of 18.
All right, you take 6 damage.
Oh, good thing for that level.
And then she snarls her teeth at you and tries to bite you, Karn, with a 17.
Nope.
Nice.
Karn's plate mail to the rescue.
We will roll initiative because we are in the fight here. I rolled a 5.
Basil can go. He's got a +1.
All right.
Thank you. It's like a 9 doesn't make sense. That's a 7.
You're up first. This is what I will say. You're up first. That door barely appeared before. There's a glimpse of where the door used to be, like a spark, like tiny little like embers of a fire. You think that it will be gone. If you do not try to run through it, it's going to be gone.
So Basil is going to run through it. Well, what he's going to do is actually throw. He's not going to run through it, but he's going to throw Orion through it.
Yes. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, you chuck Orion.
And then he's going to turn around and start beating.
Yeah, I'll give you an
he's gonna
attack.
turn
I'll let you do that. You are saving Orion.
Saving Private Orion.
Yep. I got the name of the episode.
Well, yeah, that miss. That's a miss. It's a 4 on the die.
Okay. Yeah. Just as you do that. All right, Karn or Felix?
Is there time to hack and run, or just run?
For my house rule, you get like half your movement. I would say attacking. You really can't attack and run. In
Time
this
to
instance.
be feet.
I mean,
he shouts out, "Time to beat feet," and takes his own advice. Out.
okay. So Karn runs and vanishes, as Orion did. Felix.
Remind me again how bad the hag looks after that last attack.
She looks in very rough shape.
Felix, emboldened by his previous blow, attempts to quell the monster.
You get stuck, but okay.
18 hit.
It does not.
Oh.
She just she maneuvers out of the way, and she looks at you and she says, "Oh, if I can't have Orion, maybe I will take you two as well, and give me save versus spells."
Oh.
Martin told you, time to beat feet.
Definitely fail that one.
Okay.
I also failed.
Okay. All right.
Basil failed.
So Karn, you see Orion come tumbling out of like the hut and then Karn comes through, and the hut just burns to nothing and is gone.
So Felix and Basil are stuck on the other side.
Correct.
Hard turns around, looks back, and goes, "Fools! Why didn't they listen to me?"
Well, wisdom of one explains one of them, but okay.
That's the other character.
Yeah, that's Zophan.
Oh, that's the other character. Okay.
He doesn't
Who
get
is
the,
on this? Zophan is back on this side, on the accursed temple side.
Cuthbert, save me from fools. Now we've got to figure out how to save them.
Is Zophan still charmed?
We're gonna say, I'll say that for Zophan and Basil, the charm ends.
But why am I shooting at the dragon? Mr. Dragon, I'm sorry, sir. Yeah, I didn't mean any harm.
So Remy is petting, stroking the dragon as it reaches its neck out. You can see it's the side of it where it was like blue is now black, corrupted side of its neck, like it's got a huge like goiter or something. And it's like, yeah, I wasn't worried. You're a terrible shot.
I wasn't acting of my own will. Something was making me do it.
Wow. Okay, that was stuck in the middle of a hag dragon fight. That was something.
Zophan's gonna, if the dragon will let it, Zophan is gonna like try to inspect the corrupted piece of skin.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like some kind of slime, some sort of necrosis. You probably figure since the dragon has some kind of magical resistances, that's why it hasn't completely taken him over. It's this huge kind of corrupted portion of him.
I'm sorry. I was also compelled. I was saving that for an enemy, not for a friend.
I accept your apology. you see his eyes close and they kind of roll back in his head, and you see those prismatic colors, and then it comes back. Your wisdom score is restored.
Bard says, "Isn't there a pool that was helping our friends earlier? We need to get these two into there quickly, and then we've got to figure out how to rescue our other two friends."
Yes. I will assist you in your endeavor to retrieve your friends.
Why did you send us?
Thank you.
You wanted a dream. I gave you a dream.
The dream was real.
More like a nightmare.
To each his own.
If that was a dream, then how did you share it? How did it come into this plane?
Simple mortal minds. And you can hear him burp, and like some kind of like smoke, like that white wispy smoke from those swords comes out of his mouth. Cursed creatures. Yeah, so that mineral pool. So you know to get to be restored in the mineral pool, you got to get naked, and it will restore your hit points 1 HP per turn. So, however many you're down, that's a hit point per 10 minutes.
For Basil, will it do anything about that -4 and the half hit points for 3 days, or is he still going to have to go through all that?
That you still have to go through that. Oh yeah, and Orion, you are now conscious. You are concussed for 5 days. For today, you're -4 to everything. You would have to sit in the pool to get you're at 1 HP to get all your HP back. You'd have to sit in the pool to restore your hit points.
Okay.
Well, then Basil doesn't even need to be bothered because he hasn't taken any more damage since that happened. Basil's going to try and be disappointed.
Orion pops back up and looks around and, what the hell happened? He'll spend his pool time trying to get the story out of everybody else.
Yeah, and when Orion gets really close to you, you can smell mothballs on his breath, like overwhelming. Oh, nasty.
Clintok is just spending his time counting his new gotten gold.
Thorjon is gonna, well, obviously now that, the dragon is fully aware, not going to be picking up anything else, but, he's going to wander out to the pool room and find a quiet corner and see if he can take a peek at that much folded piece of paper that he picked up.
Okay. So when you unfold the paper, you kind of unfold it and unfold it. It's a large piece of parchment. Once you have it unfolded all the way, it begins to fold itself. It's like doing all kinds of weird folds. And it folds itself into like an origami bird and instantly grows to the size of, I don't know, like 10 feet long and starts to flap its wings.
What?
So, like, is this like a corner that no one else can see?
Well, you would see it now. You see this giant origami paper bird flapping its wings.
It's friendly, I think.
What is that thing?
I don't know.
Charlie?
Well, it's
We have a
flapping
situation.
its wings. Thorjon, maybe he wants to take it. Maybe he wants to take him somewhere. He'll climb on the back.
Yeah, and it just starts to fly around the cavern. I mean, it's not very high, but you're flying around on the back of this paper origami paper bird.
This is so cool.
I just imagine, peaceful music playing, like a fanfare. Like the first time that he's flying ever. Just
Orion's head is sort of tracking it around and going, wow, I must be worse off than I thought. Okay, see if I can direct the bird and get it to set down.
It takes a little bit, but yeah, you manage. It will set down.
Charlie, can you get us back to
I can get you into Faye.
Now, wait a minute. I was going to say, we're probably talking the same direction. As much as I would like to rescue my companion, you know, Orion saw the bolt, like, do nothing the first time, and then he got told the story of, you know, Felix valiantly swatting it the second time and having nothing happen, even though he did hit the first time. So hags are a little powerful for us to take on. There's rescue and there's martyrdom. You know. Is there any way we can get help with the hags?
He was gonna ask Charlie if he has anything that will help us in our fight, because it sounds like it looked to me like there were even more approaching.
Yeah, 4 hags.
I do not wish to leave my friends to their deaths. I do not wish to leave my other friends to their deaths when those friends didn't listen to me when I said beat feet.
They hadn't read the pamphlet enough.
Cuthbert wasn't clear on that part.
I think that Karn probably sees himself as sort of a expecting people to follow his lead. You know, military training kind of mindset.
That's fair.
Okay.
Uh,
I
mean, you know, just a little into the character, nothing that's actually been stated or said.
I can protect you from the hag's powers, but it will be up to you to get your friends back. But it won't last for very long.
That would be a big help.
So are we agreed then on a snatch and grab rather than a smash and run?
If that's possible.
Yeah, I mean, I can totally do that. And Zophan kind of like stands and like falls over a little bit. You know, vertigo, still concussed.
Yeah. Clintok says, I want to be nowhere near that hag.
So is Clintok denying any rescue, or is he just saying he won't come near the hag if we try something?
Oh yeah, he's down for the rescue, but not for engaging with the hag at any cost.
So distraction, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So wait a minute. There is one thing that has helped me in all of my journeys, says Orion. Do you have any oil we could use?
I do not have any.
Blast.
Oh, darn.
But you'll need to draw the hag out. And he closes his eyes, and some of the bubbles and stuff move around, and he kind of he begins to levitate some of the items on the floor that had fallen, and a pair of like black shoes begin to like levitate. He moves them over and they fall right in front of you, Orion. They look like they look like black leather. They're very simple, very simply made.
Thank you. What do these do?
This will bring the hag out when you are ready.
Do I wear them?
Yes. I hope you're a good dancer.
Bards are known for all sorts of revelry. But wait a minute, we had a bargain. You gave me a dream. I did bargain this to you, and he will take out the potion of foresight that he originally bargained to the dream dragon and set it on the ground.
Yeah, when you go to do that, you realize it's empty.
He already took it. Fine.
he can send you to Fae, but it's only going to be for a certain amount of time. Like, there's a chance you could get stuck there because it's not, he can open a bubble and a portal, and it will probably be for, I will make a roll, 2d6 roll, and to see how many rounds, not turns, you have to get your two friends and get the hell out.
We got to do this quick.
Well, I mean, Orion's up for it. Orion's like woozy as hell, but, somebody rescued him. He's up for rescuing them. So, hey, and, worst comes to worst, at least he has a companion in Faye to help him,
Karn makes the sign of Cuthbert, circle around his head, and says, "May Karn guide your spells and workings and give us all that we need. May Cuthbert."
I was going to say, elevating yourself a bit, aren't you?
May Cuthbert guide you and give your spells the strength that they need to see us through this obstacles. Return our friends to us.
I'm sure my brother's fine. He's probably actually just scoping all the hot mamas for me. Because he's like the best wingman. But we have to make sure that there's enough left for at least me. So,
wait a minute. There is something I can prep that might help. Anybody have a wineskin or equivalent?
Oh yeah, there's 8 of them on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, were those water or wine?
Oh, I'm sorry, they were water.
But the skins are good, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, I'm going to try to make who knows? Does anybody know anything about potions before I, hack up something? All right, well, just because it might help, I will, mash up all of those flowers that cause sleep and, basically mash them up into a potion in a water skin so I can, spray it around, so I can, spray some sleep flowers in somebody's face or something.
Okay. So the Dream Dragon tells you that to rest, the plan that he would suggest and the best plan of action to get your friends back, obviously, is not to try to catch the hag, in her lair, potentially with her coven, is to get her out of her element. And he thinks that with the shoes, as Orion will wear the shoes and start dancing, and then he will send you separately. So Orion will be on the first part and send the rest of you. He said he's not sure exactly where you will appear, but it'll be a situation where you will be able to probably snatch your friends. So whatever, I would assume everybody would rest up. Don't forget Felix. No, Felix is
Felix
there.
on the other side, yeah.
Felix is on the other side with Basil. So if you have negatives, remember you've got negatives, all that good stuff. I would say a couple hours would have to pass for everybody to heal up. Okay, so Orion, you got the dancing shoes. The black dancing shoes. Basil is definitely not going to go, right?
Which Basil? Basil Wilbur, of course?
Yeah.
He can or he can stay, either one, whichever.
It's up to you. So the dragon, some of its treasure is on the ground. It sends over to Clintok these copper rimmed monocle that you can wear, and when you put it on, it makes magic items glow.
Nice.
Basil's willing to
Thanks
go.
for the monocle.
So Basil is thinking about going.
Strength in numbers, right?
Okay, give me a D4 roll.
3.
Like you see one of these bubbles pop, and he levitates over to you a potion. It's a potion of heroism with 3 doses.
Whoa.
For Basil. Okay. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna need this.
A fine line between a potion of heroism and a potion of foolhardiness.
Very drunk.
Really impressive that Basil hasn't died. I mean, he's like minus hit points and minus on everything. You know, that run to the back and look for the exit certainly seems to be working.
Sees Karn and he picks up a whip that was on the floor and sends it over to Karn. It is a magic whip.
Oh.
It does 1d4 regular slashing, whatever whip damage is, and a d6 electrical damage.
Ooh.
Does the whip have a name, Karn?
He gives it a good smack and trying to get some electricity, and he says it's the tongue of Cuthbert.
The end of the whip is like flayed out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does Cuthbert have a forked tongue?
His tongue is not forked, but a mere tongue lashing from him can leave you trembling and damaged. Remember, it is Cuthbert that says that round pegs can be smashed into square. No, that would be backwards. Square pegs can be smashed through a round hole with the application of enough tradition.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you there. It's Zophan kind of like takes just like a small step back.
Perhaps our friend Orion here will take note of the wisdom of Cuthbert and stop dallying with every lady he meets.
Says the guy who rubs his female statue every morning. Don't think I don't see you do that.
What? Oh, whatever do you? Oh, I don't know what you're speaking of.
Hope you got those 10 hit points written up because we're going to need them.
He pops another one of his bubbles and levitates this cloak. It looks like it's made out of animal skins over to Zophan.
Zophan's going to take it and kind of inspect it. Can he ascertain its nature?
It's certainly, Clintok could definitely tell you it's magical because it glows.
What is this cloak?
It gives you added protection. It's +2 to armor class.
Oh boy, I could use some of that.
And it's very long, and it looks like it's made out of different animal furs, and it's got like gray and white streaks in it. Okay, so we got Torjon, Orion, Clintok, Basil, Karn, and Zophan. Zophan got the cloak.
Torjon's going to say, not trying to be a beggar here, but I'm out of spells and have no weapon.
So what he does is he looks at Remy, and Remy leaves and comes back with like a bunch of clothes. Like a vest and a very loud, like pantaloons with stockings and shoes. I mean, and he will hand you a scroll, protection from evil, and entangle. So he hands you 2.
Bless your generosity.
You guys are all been in the mineral pool and rested. I would say like 4 or 5 hours have passed.
So we're all pruning, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, it's a magical mineral pool, so no, it doesn't. It actually doesn't have that effect.
It makes you pruny, but it also cures the pruniness at the same time.
So one thing you notice is you guys collect in this big cavern, and Charlie's looking out. He says that he will create a bubble that you will jump into. And when you jump in, you will see, you will appear somewhere. He says there's 6 possible, according to what the D6 says, where you will show up. He can't know exactly where you'll be, but wherever you are, that's the exit. The exit it will be obvious. Again, it will look like some kind of door or something that will light up, and it will only last for a certain amount of time. I will make a roll, and I will tell you how long it will last. And he says if you get stuck there, I don't know if I can get you out, but you have to get back through. For Orion can return easy with the shoes.
Oh, the shoes have some effect like that. Okay.
Correct. He says once you put them on, you will be teleported to where you need to be. And as he's explaining this, Remy comes out, and she is dressed rather ornately, like very flamboyant attire and clothing with a hat. And she says, I will be accompanying you.
Are you any good in a fight?
I am part of the distraction.
Hard to notice when I get up.
Well, tell you what, since Orion can't do much at the moment thanks to his concussion, I will hand Remy my, quote unquote sleep potion and tell her that, it might work if you splash, if you can get some in their mouth, it might make people fall asleep. Okay.
And she says, for you, I brought this, and she hands you a breath mint. So as Orion puts on these black, I can't really describe. They look like ballet shoes. As you put them on and you stand up, you see Orion, he vanishes. But for Orion, you and Remy are in the middle of a dance floor.
Okay.
And you are surrounded by people in very foppish, outlandish, wearing wigs. There is music playing, and there are people dancing. And instantly, you begin to dance, and Remy is dancing with you. The dragon pops out the bubble out of its horn, and it floats towards you guys. And, well, no, you know what? I'm not going to roll. Somebody going into the bubble, make a D6 roll.
1.
You enter the bubble. You are instantly in this room full of coats, lined with coats, like on racks. There is one person standing in a chair in a fine, like a servant's outfit, sitting in a chair. You're behind this person. They don't even know you're there. And you see ahead of you a dance floor. People are crowded around. There's music playing. And in the distance, on the floor, you can see Orion and Remy dancing. Now, whoever didn't roll, both of you give me a let's see. I just need 2 more D6 rolls.
I got it.
3.
6.
Okay, 9. In 9 rounds, the gate will vanish. So you look behind you, and as you move these coats, you see the image of a doorway, and you can kind of smell the dragon's cavern.
Right, we're in Narnia.
So the music is playing. Orion, you are dancing. In an instant, Orion, you see a blonde-headed with let's say silver streaks in her hair woman kind of step around the crowd. On each side, she's got one person that's got an enormous arm wrapped around her one arm, which you would recognize as Basil, and she's got Felix on the other arm. They're both dressed very fine attire, and she just kind of looks. She's kind of glaring at you, and then she looks at the two of them, and they enter the dance floor and they begin dancing as well.
Basil takes his potion of heroism,
Okay.
takes a glug of it, and looks over at Karn and says, "Want to get up on some of this?" He'll take a
When the
glove
dance,
and ask, "Who wants one of these?"
let me know when the dance takes me relative closer to Basil and Felix,
Okay, so
because this is a.
go ahead.
I'll tell you my intent. This is a new charm on them. This is one I haven't tried to break yet. So, once again, hammer the old bard ability and try to, break them out. And by the way, I looked. You get +4 on the break it on the save.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so
So-
let's do an initiative roll to just keep things going in order. I'm gonna roll. I rolled a 4.
I was going to say, I was the first on the scene. I rolled a 3 + 1, 4.
Okay,
So
so
it could be up.
okay, you guys are up first. Whatever you're gonna do.
Do I notice any obvious magical items?
That monocle just basically blinds you. Every single person in this room has got some sort of magical attire on them.
Okay. Can I look around the coat room?
Give me a D6 roll.
6.
Okay, yeah, none of the coats are obviously magical.
All right. I will attempt to move silently out of the coat room, like around the
The attendant.
yeah,
Okay.
5. So that's success.
Okay. Somehow he misses you because he's like staring. He's sort of distracted for a second. He turns and looks and doesn't see any of you guys. I imagine you guys are all like hiding in the coats, like looking out like this. And you just sneak out into the room. The music is playing. People are dancing. There's a lot of chitter chatter among them all. You are entered the ballroom. Who's next?
Basil and Karn are slugging down the potion of heroism.
Okay.
I think that takes the whole round, doesn't it?
Yeah. You guys, all right. You guys have the sharing potions of heroism. Okay.
Is that the one that's in the advanced thing?
Yep. Do you need to know what it does?
So they gain 3 levels, right?
I think so. Yeah, it's something crazy. Yeah.
For D6 plus 3 turns, it says. Or you want to count them as turns or rounds?
Whatever it says.
It says turns, so
Yep.
for the whole 9 rounds that we're in here, we would have that.
Yeah.
And then we get a pool of hit points to match that gets deducted from first.
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that's huge. That's why he shared it with Karn.
That's crazy.
Zophan is going to, being a life dancer and light of foot, he's gonna start kind of like stalking through the crowd and kind of like tail Basil and Felix.
Okay.
But first, he's gonna grab a drink from the bar. Because
Oh
he
yeah.
just
There's
don't
servants, with the serving trays with drinks that have looks like fruits or leaves or something in them, and obnoxious looking glasses.
Yeah, so he'll grab one. He'll grab one off the tray and use that to guide his way through the people. His goal is to get to stealthily get as close to Basil and Felix as possible,
Okay.
so that he can take an action.
Okay. So yes, do you take a drink?
Zophan would sniff it first.
It's very fruity, like very pungent strawberry flavor.
He'd probably take a drink, like at
Okay.
least a sip.
All right, give me a save versus spells.
You're going to have no luck.
All right, let's see. I got a -2 to this, thanks to concussion. Yep, I failed.
You have a +2 to any dex check since you failed.
Nice.
The effects start hitting you. You feel light of foot.
You too now have dancing shoes.
Ah, yes. Alcohol-infused dancing shoes. The best kind.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can see the three of them are dancing. People are dancing around. There's music playing. It's a big ballroom. Torjon.
Basically, I'm going to like reposition myself if necessary, so that I can see the floor without going out on it.
Yeah, you can do that. You can be back where the coats are and just kind of like hiding in the coats, and you can see out, straight into the ballroom.
What's the range on? Hold on, I suppose I should look it up, just in case. Range, or if anybody knows, range of protection from evil.
Yeah, the range is the caster.
Ah, so it's caster
Yeah.
only.
I would say you could touch somebody, and give them protection from evil.
Orion's whole point is he needs to get close to the two. So if he can if he can sort of direct the dance a little, he's going to be angling for them.
Angling for the three of them.
Oh, the hag is on the floor with her too.
Oh yeah, she's dancing with the two of them. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I pictured that Basil and Felix were dancing with each other, and then like the hag was just kind of trying to get at Orion.
Yeah, I mean we gotta try. I gotta get close enough to try to break the charm. So unfortunately, yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can. You could dance and around that you could get close enough to her.
Let me know when they get the effects of a roll. And once I'm within earshot, I do have something to say, though.
Yeah, you can do all that. You can manipulate around.
Okay. I will look at Basil and go, I will look at Basil and say, you have strayed from the way. You need to reconnect with ethics. You need to reconnect with the way of pugilism. Just verbal attempt to get him to snap out of it. That's all.
Okay.
You would ponder your words.
So she is dancing. We go to the next turn. I rolled a 6.
I can roll.
Go for it.
I got a 3.
So she is dancing. Orion, you see her dancing with the two of them, and she gets close to you. As you hear you say this to her, and she looks at you, you know that she recognizes both of you. The way she looks at you. She says, "Oh,
Smoldering? Is she smoldering? Never mind."
Oh, you just couldn't stay away, I see.
I told you, you were unforgettable.
Oh, and I see you brought the tasty snack with you as well," as she looks at Remy.
And I told you that. All the women.
As she does that, she smiles. Give me a D6 roll.
Okay. 3.
So she smiles and you see her wink at somebody in the crowd.
Okay.
It's hard to see who because everybody's crowded around, and she continues to dance, and she's got a big smile on her face. You guys are up.
Not to beat a dead horse, but if I'm within range, I'm going to try to counter charm those two.
Okay. All right. Save versus spells. You guys get +4 to that?
Yep, +4.
Okay.
All right.
I'll tell Remy to use the sleep potion on one of them that is still charmed.
Okay.
Don't figure it'll work on her, but maybe it'll work on one of the guys, you know?
Got a natural 1. Every single die has failed me.
Felix?
The Basil failed.
Success.
Okay.
Basil failed.
Felix, you suddenly realize you're dancing with this woman in this ballroom, but you also notice that you feel pretty good. Like you're wearing like a short shirt, a puffy shirt.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
And you look down at your arm where you would notice your condition that looked like chickenpox or whatever is gone. Like,
oh, okay.
you feel fine. And you're dancing with this blonde woman with silver gray hair who seems to be having a wonderful time, and you're with Basil.
All right. I'm a little bit weirded out by the situation, but I'm going to try and roll with it for a moment. So as I'm dancing, I undo a couple of buttons of my puffy shirt.
Give me a dex roll.
Okay.
You can add 2 to that.
All right.
Well, -2 to the roll or whatever to get under your dex.
Yeah.
He's putting on a show for the hag.
Yes, success.
Okay. So also, the dancing seems effortlessly for everybody else, but sort of you kind of like realize where you are, and your feet kind of stumble for a minute, like whoa, the timing, and then you start to undo the shirt, and you back into the step, and she kind of looks over at you and smiles, and you get a couple other smiles from some people in the crowd as well.
Anyone I recognize?
Give me a D6 roll.
2.
There's a woman in like black raven hair who smiles. You swear that she looks familiar, like you've seen her before. What's the rest of the crew doing?
Basil and Karn are going to go in that direction. Only Basil's going to try to blend in with the crowd.
Okay.
As much as it may, and sort of like go around the dance floor and work his way around back behind his friends and the woman that's with them. While Karn is just going to trudge right up to her, whip in hand.
Okay. Is Karn still wearing that spider hat?
He is still wearing the spider.
Okay. So that's actually to your benefit because they're very amused by your spider hat.
But he's not going to make any bones about it. He's not messing around. He's not here to play. He says, "Feel the tongue of comfort," as he approaches and gets close and whips this woman.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
All right, so Basil ended up with 7 extra hit points, and with the 3 extra levels, has a +2 to hit.
Okay.
And Karn ended up with 19 extra hit points and +2 to hit. So he's got a total of +3 to hit, and he rolled a 7. 10.
You walk right up to her, try to hit her, hits the floor like there's an electric, static electricity shoots through the entire ballroom. You can see people's hair kind of like stand up. These wigs like go straight up in the air from the electricity. There's some clapping in the background. They might think this is part of the whole show.
Yeah,
Everybody's
the bard
looking at me, and Basil tries to hide in shadows.
Okay. Baz, you going to actually roll? Give me a roll to hide in shadows.
All right, so he's got now a 36% chance. That's a 10. That's a 10. Come on, low numbers. And he got a 70.
Okay, what's Basil's charisma?
Basil's charisma, it is a whopping 8.
Okay, give me a roll.
A charisma roll?
Yeah.
All right. He rolled an 18.
Okay. Yeah, they
Of course
don't.
I get a big number.
They seem to kind of ignore you. Kind of moving out of your way. They're kind of casting a very judgmental eye on Basil.
He's dancing very poorly. Like,
Yeah, the bard looks over at Karn and says, "Now, no. If you use the whip, you must dance the flamenco."
What?
Let's see.
Zophan is going to when Karn cracks the whip, even though he missed, Zophan's going to try to like butt in and dance with he's going to try to like get an opening and dance with either Felix or Basil.
Okay.
Because like I imagine like there's there's the hag and then she's like got one hand on each of them and then they've got. So he's gonna try to like cut into the dance.
Okay, give me a dex roll.
And that makes it. Yeah,
okay, I'll let you decide who are you going to cut in and take.
Well, I'll let the dice decide. 50 or below, Felix, and it is 62, so it'll be Basil.
Yeah, so you cut right in. She's kind of amused by Karn's the fact that he showed up here and his display, and she's distracted for a second. You come in and just kind of whisk Basil away.
So yeah, Zophan's gonna whisk Basil away, and then like, maybe do a couple turns, really sweep him off his feet.
Okay.
And start making his way towards the door.
Give me a D6 roll.
5.
Okay. Yeah, some people in the crowd you can hear clapping, like they're impressed by your maneuver. The music is playing. They're amused that this display is very interesting. This probably not what they expected in this evening. This dancing this evening. I think is that everybody?
Clintok hasn't gone yet.
Yes, Clintok. That's right.
Are there like curtains or anything particularly flammable around the place?
Of course there is. Of course there's got to be flame. Yes, there's got to be long.
I mean, we brought oil, right?
Yeah, of course there's curtains and yes.
All right.
Flame used for the lighting.
I will make my way like slowly towards said curtains, and I'll try to find an unattended drink of what looks like, as far as I can tell, grain alcohol, something that's like really strong. If I can, otherwise I'll not worry about that.
So I would say you could spend a turn finding what would be like grain alcohol, and that would be your turn.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, a couple people walk by with trays, and you're kind of like looking, and you're able to pick one out after looking at a few.
All right.
Torjon's gonna ready something because he realizes now that people are going to be headed back this way. He's looking for a particularly like voluminous coat of some sort. And his intent is he's going to sort of ready himself to throw it over the head of the coat check attendant to distract him when everybody starts heading this way.
Okay. Okay, very good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's very large, flamboyant coats in here. Yes, you can do that. It's a new round. Oh man, 1. There we go. Shenanigans will ensue.
Yes, they will.
So Zophan's gonna keep dancing with Basil, trying to dance him towards the exit. And meanwhile, like, they're like, Basil's arm is like much larger than Zophan's, like it dwarfs it.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll say, "The lady wanted me to show you something. What does she want?" She said there's a tournament, a secret tournament, and that this is just a ruse. I could totally win that.
Okay, Zophan, give me another dex roll.
I don't remember. Is it less than or equal to, or is it just less than?
Equal to counts. So is that what you got?
I made it. Yeah.
All right. Wow. Okay. A blood red haired woman in a very flowing gown tries to come in and cut in, like to dance with Basil, but you manage to like twirl right around her, and she's like, what the hell?
So don't worry about her.
Orion will call out to Felix and say, "Felix, your mind has been messed with. This is Faye, and you are dancing with a hag. We must get away from here."
How loud do you say that?
Quite loudly enough for you to hear.
All right.
That's the whole point, is loudly enough for him to hear. And then you vaguely hear this muttering, like, and besides which I had her first.
Felix's response to this, if the hag will let him, is to like pull her in and then like spin her out away from him.
Okay.
But at the end, where you'd normally catch your partner, he's just gonna let her go.
Okay.
So you need a dex roll for that.
Yeah, you'll make a dex roll. I will make one as well.
Oh, nice. I assume I don't have that bonus still, right?
What bonus?
I had like the -2 the last time.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay. Well, I still very successfully rolled because I got a 2. So.
Yeah, you do that and let her go, and she just kind of spins and just catches herself and sort of she's like twirling, and for a moment she kind of levitates off the ground and then comes back down, and like curtsies and people clap, and she smiles.
When I see you've disengaged yourself, I will look over at Remy and go, exit stage left, let's dance that way.
So now the redhead is dancing with Basil?
Tried to, but Zophan scooted her right out of the way.
Right. So it's seen this. Clintok will toss the drink and attempt to light the curtain on fire.
Yeah, you don't need to roll. Yeah. And it's like this white flame. It just starts burning this curtain.
Great. It's this party's go-to maneuver.
Fire.
I mean, fire in a crowded dance hall is definitely going to cause some chaos and distraction. And Clintok is smart enough to know not to go anywhere near the hags.
Fire has started. All right. The rest of you guys can go.
Basil has 3 of those flowers that sleep.
Okay.
And he wants to try to make a back attack on the hag, but instead of like trying to stab her with something or anything like that, he wants to try to shove it into her mouth.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
Okay, so he's at -4, but back attack gives you +4, so that's equal, right?
Yep.
And then he's got normally a +1 to attack, and then +2 because of his temporary thing. So he's got a total of +3. So let's see if he can manage to pull this off. And okay, yeah, 10.
So yeah, you kind of maneuver your way through the crowd, try to shove this in her mouth. Miss, you kind of miss and get the side, and she kind of like turns and looks at you. Who's next? Let's see. Karn.
And then Karn is going to try to follow up with the whip.
Okay.
And
a natural 1. You don't have a hustle point. Oh yes, you do. Would you like to negate that natural 1, or are you going to keep that hustle point?
I'm going to live with that natural 1.
All right, give me a D100 roll.
79.
Okay, that is something. All right, you don't just embarrass yourself. This, let's see how this is going to change things.
I was using my high rolling die.
So you're using the whip,
Yeah.
and you go and as you do that, it snaps and breaks off in your hand, and you're like, what?
My new whip is broken.
It can be repaired.
The tongue of Cuthbert can speak in this place.
Torjon, seeing that the party has started, as it were,
Okay.
is going to dump the coat over the coat check guy.
Okay, very good. Yeah, he is unaware. Yeah, you wrapped him up. So that is everybody. So the fire has been lit, and the attack. Everything has begun. So the hag. Let's see. The blonde-headed hag who Basil attempted to stuff the flowers in. She turns and will bite your hand. As I can find some dice here.
Wow.
23 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
You take 5 damage as you just crunch.
Do you say anything in response, Basil?
He was like, what was that?
She laughs as your whip breaks. And you can see her hand. She reaches her hand up, and it turns into those long black talons. As she begins to get taller, she's like getting taller. 21.
That'll hit.
She's going after Karn. Okay, 1 damage. And she attacks with her other, and that's a 13. And she misses. She swipes twice at you. Everybody give me, except Torjon and Clintok, a dex roll.
Okay.
Felix, success.
Okay.
Orion, success.
Karn makes it. And Basil makes it.
Zophan makes it.
So you all... oh yeah, I'll roll for Remy. She makes it. So all of you seem to make it as the crowd just spurts for the door. The exit in here, not the coat room. They run past you, except for 4 individuals who do not run. The blood-headed, blood-red woman steps over you can see her as her hand becomes this long black talon, and she goes to attack Zophan.
No.
Nat 20.
Oh.
But I did roll a 1 on the die, so it's 9 total damage.
It's enough to give me 7 hit points.
Gosh.
So
Zophan is going to need like a lot of time off after this.
yeah.
Critical hit, just a 1, so she looks really cool doing it. So that will drop you.
Yep.
Okay. We'll solve that in a second. Let's see. Basil was not charmed, right? Basil's not charmed.
Basil was charmed.
Okay, he's still charmed.
Yeah, unless he had an opportunity to break out again.
Okay. No, she grabs Basil and stands in front of the coat room, looking at you guys. Okay, Karn. A woman in black raven hair comes out of the crowd. Well, the crowd's gone. And another nat 20. The dice are high.
God.
Cool.
That's 14 damage.
You felt that a little
You had
bit.
that extra HP.
Yeah.
God.
72. So let me roll to see what that is. You take an additional 5 damage.
All right.
Ouch.
So she whacks. That's her first attack. A second one coming. Oh, that's a lowly 11.
Oh.
And then she tries to bite Karn. 17.
Holy shit.
And so that's her attack. All right, she is attacking Karn. Zophan got knocked out. Karn. Basil. We haven't. The original hag. Well, no, she's already attacked. She struck at Basil, right? Yeah.
Yes.
A brunette woman steps forward in a long flowing gown and looks over to the blonde-haired woman and says, "You just can't keep them, can you?" And she goes and attacks Orion.
Okay.
24.
Oh my god.
5
Yeah.
damage. 5 damage.
That's a hit.
All right. 19.
That's a hit, unfortunately.
6 damage.
Alrighty, now I get to look at the character sheet. Still up at the moment.
All right.
For the moment.
I rolled, that's max damage, but I rolled a 2. So she tries to bite you, but it turns into more of a sloppy kiss on your ear. Okay, so let's resolve Zophan's injury. Give me a d6 roll.
4.
4. Oh no. D12.
Oh man, how concussed am I? Because I think that's the third concussion in a row. I think you die after that in real life. No, not really, but 4.
Okay, good. And how many hit points were you over? 1?
I would be under 2.
Okay, so 2. So and you rolled a 4, so 6. Okay, 6. You're knocked out, but you have blood loss, which means that your max HP is reduced by 1 for every hit dice you have. So if you're 3rd level, your max hit dice go down by 3.
Okay.
I think that is everybody. I'm going to keep the critical death and dismemberment chart up in case we need it. So there's a fire. People are running out. There are 4 would-be attackers. It's initiative time as we go to round 6. You need to win this. I rolled a 6.
God.
Who wants to roll this?
Not me. I'm rolling low.
All right. I'll go for it. Cross my fingers. 6! Yes!
Nice.
Oh man.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance.
There's a chance.
All
Or
right.
shouts out, "Time to beat me!"
Thank goodness this isn't 5E. Trying to disengage would give them an automatic hit.
Yeah, AOs. They're horrible.
Clintok makes a beeline to the coat check
So as you make a beeline for the coat check, there is a blood red woman there holding Basil, who is standing in your way.
She's not gigantic yet.
She is not. No, she looks like a regular elven woman, but her hands are long. She's got these long black talons.
Hey, it worked. Hold on. It worked once. Torjon sees this coming and immediately grabs the closest coat and throws it over her head.
Okay. Give me a dex roll.
Okay. Yep. Afraid of that. Well, now I need to look up his dex. I suppose I could roll first and then figure it out. But
I'll let you decide, dex or an attack. Yeah, but I would say throwing it is going to be very hard. You could run up and try to sort of attack her and throw it over her.
Oh, I have an idea. Would it be possible for me to attempt to catch her hands in a set of manacles?
well, I mean, my dex sucks, so But on the other hand, these things have an AC that's insane.
Yeah.
I'll just roll the dex. Failure, and burn the hustle point, since I don't think Torjon's used it yet. And still failure. Damn it.
Clintok, as you're running, a coat comes flying out of the coat room, lands on the ground. You gonna try to put the manacles on her?
Is that something that I could try to do in like a single turn? Could I run up and attempt to catch her hands in the manacles?
That would be that. I would say I'd give you an attack roll. You could probably get one.
Okay. All right, let's do it. 18?
Nope, just misses. But she is into it, so that's good.
All right.
There's still a chance.
Still a chance.
Jesus, we're all attempting to romance the hag. Never mind. Orion and Remy will just be, sorry guys, headed for the coat check.
So this is why I'll say with you, Orion, you don't need to go through the coat check.
Take off the shoes.
If at the risk of being sued many times, if you click your heels 3 times, you will disappear.
Okay, so I know this is part of the...
Yeah, that's part of the shoes, yeah.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, me and my 2 hit points have got to GTFO, so... The hag nearly did me in again, so... Me and my 2 hit points have got to GTFO.
Okay.
Sayonara.
All right, Orion and Remy, as he clicks his heels 3 times, they vanish. All right.
Couldn't have done that with Basil.
Should have all just danced in a giant group.
I would. I mean, it would be just the person dancing and their partner, because then you could have 100 people watch they vanish.
Yeah, I know. That was just being silly.
No, that's a fair question though.
Basil will disengage and run for the cloakroom.
Are you grabbing your whip?
Well, this is Basil.
Okay, then I don't need to worry about that. He could grab the whip too.
Basil is going to try to drag Zophan through the door with him.
Okay.
Because he's seen Zophan down.
So, this is what I'll let you do. So she is in front. The blood red hair woman elf woman, hag woman, is in front of the door. She's had a coat thrown by her, and Clintok is doing some weird foreplay or something. Something's going on. I'm not sure. I guess he's attacking with manacles. What? I don't know what's going on. So I would say she's a bit distracted by this. Since Basil is going to grab Zophan, you could make a dex roll to see if you can run and like slide under her legs.
Okay, I'm going to use my low rolling dice for this, and Basil has a high dex of 14. So, but he's got to add 4 to that, right? Because of his problems, the -4 +4.
Yeah, so if it's a -4 +4, then it cancels out 0.
Okay. Well, yeah, he's got the. Well, no, what I'm saying is he's got the -4 to all rolls.
Right, but he's got the heroism.
But he's got the heroism, so
it's just a straight up roll in.
Just a straight up roll. Okay. So 3.
Yeah. Yeah. You are in the coat room. You are not through the gate yet, but you slide right past her, grabbing Zophan.
And at the same time that he's doing that, Karn's going to try to pick up his whip. And the thing he wants to do when he's going to run into there is he wants to try to grab the other Basil, like in a bear hug, and just like grapple him through that door. He's going to be trying to grapple when he gets up to that Basil. But I don't know if he's got time to do all that in the one round.
Okay. You grab the whip and you can run up and like try to, because she's got Basil. So, I mean, we could do strength rolls. You could do a strength roll to try to grab him.
Right.
Okay. How do we do that?
Just roll. You roll under your strength. You should get a plus, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a 15 strength, and then I've got the heroism. What does that give me for a strength roll?
Just give me. Go ahead, roll d20.
Okay. So I'm trying to come in under it. So I need that low rolling die again.
Yep.
8.
So I roll a 17. She is distracted by everything that's going on, and you're not in the coat room yet, but you've pulled Basil away from her.
I'm like trying to wrap my arms around him bear hug style. And pin that strong arm in.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got him.
Okay, I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Torjon, is this still the same round that Torjon threw the coat, or is this a new round?
This is the same round he threw the coat.
Okay, can I also cast a spell or not? No, the coat was...
Yeah, the coat was kind of your action.
Okay. Well, sorry. Torjon's gonna bug out then. Things could go bad awfully damn quickly. So Torjon's going to exit stage Narnia, through the coats to the other realm. For those of you who actually read the Narnia Chronicles.
Yes.
Is that everybody?
Yeah.
The blood red haired woman who's got all kinds of stuff going on. Her first attack is going to be a nat 20. You are so lucky I did not attack you. So she grabs the manacle and manacles you.
Oh, God.
And then manacles herself and says, "You're not going anywhere."
Oh.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Oh.
Was that
see.
Felix or Clintok?
That's Clintok.
The one who was trying to stay away from the hags.
All right, so
Crazy about Clintok. It was nice knowing you.
So Zophan and Basil went into the coat room. Karn, oh shit, there ain't a whole lot of people left. There was one, the brunette. Okay.
We're like right by the coat room door, aren't we? Karn and Basil.
Yeah.
And then Basil Wilberforce is inside the coat room with Zophan.
Raven black-haired woman is going to go after Basil. I mean, excuse me, Karn. Because you tried to get away. That's a 17 to hit.
Nope.
Slashes at you and misses in frustration. Another attack. That, though, is a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's 8 damage.
Okay.
Still up?
Yep. Good thing I had those extra hit points.
The bite, 18 to hit.
Oh, barely hits.
For 5 damage.
Still up. Barely up.
What?
She's like, I like him tough.
Got 3
That
left.
potion of heroism is hacked.
3 left.
Oof.
Because he had the +2 from the other one. Otherwise, he'd only have 1 left. But the +2 from rubbing the lady and his one actual one left. Well, I guess it's 3 actual left because those go first. So he's got 3 actual hit points left.
Wow. That the heroism was seriously powerful though.
Yeah. 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 Those 19 extra points were huge.
So the 2 other hags begin to walk over to the coat room. There's this huge scrum in front of it, amused by what's going on. They seem to be whispering to each other. That is when we roll initiative. Whoever is conscious and there. So that would be what? Karn, Clintok.
That's it.
Shit.
Karn.
Oh, God.
Clintok did last one.
I rolled a 5.
Oh, God.
Karn.
I'm on big numbers. Oh, shit. I dropped the die. I rolled a 5. And +1. Dex +1, 6.
Okay. You guys are up.
Oh. Basil and Zophan through the door.
Would it be possible within a turn to use my thieves' tools to pick the manacles, or just use the key, because I assume I have the key, and like bolt for it?
Yeah, I'd let you. You would have the. Yeah, you would have the key. You could unlock it.
Do we need to make any sort of opposed check to see if I can manage that?
You make a dex roll to see if you can. I'm assuming you're trying to get past her and into the
Yeah.
coat room.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I succeed.
So you may not need a craze amputation.
That was going to be my next approach.
What, the fox in the trap approach? Ow.
So Clintok, you unlock and like scoot past her into the coat room. Karn.
How hard is it going to be for him to get Basil through that door?
You could probably like shield him and like you could toss him through the door. Like push your way in and toss him through the door.
I was thinking more along the lines of I've got him in this bear hug,
Right.
and I'm trying to just like use sheer strength of my legs to just like bulldog us both through, like tackling style kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
That's his plan. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, make a strength roll. Strength or dex?
Well, for Karn, they're both the same. 15. So I got to roll under that 15. And I got a potion of heroism. And I'm using my low rolling die.
Go for it.
Two.
Yes.
Two.
All right. So she manages to move out of the way as you barrel in. Like she just kind of she realizes that Clintok has unlocked the thing and scooted past her, and she sees you try to barrel in the room. She just kind of ducks out of the way. Like Olay.
Was that just to get into the cloakroom, or was that him trying, or was that him trying to get like out that magic door or whatever?
Yeah, it's not very big.
Oh, so it's got to be one of us going through or the other.
Oh no, I mean you both would go through.
But I don't know if we're close enough to do that.
Give me a D6 roll. Don't roll a 1 or a 2.
Don't roll a 1 or a 2. Roll a 3.
So yeah, you run. She scoots out of your way. You stumble.
Okay.
You stumble as Clintok is there. You hit him, and all of you go into the coats through the gate, and you hear in unison, "We will see you again." And that is a good place to stop.
Nice. Amazing.
Can't believe I rolled that freaking 5.
All right. That was fun.
Yeah, that was an intense dance.
That was really close to a TPK.
Yeah, real close.
Zophan is what? Got blood loss and a concussion. Right?
Yep.
Blood loss.
Orion has 2 hit points and a concussion.
And a concussion. Is that it? Did
Well-
somebody else get dropped to... Yeah, I guess that's it.
Carter's got 3 hit points left.
Yeah.
Armin's at 3 hit points.
He's looking for that mineral spring.
Clintok is very glad he didn't get hit, given his 2 hit points.
Yes.
I don't think any hit would have just led to just the bodily harm and dismemberment chart. I think would have been a complete
Yeah.
honor.
Yep.
Orion seeing the last 3 tumble out with, Karn obviously being the bulldog pushing goes, "You truly are a son of comfort, a bastion of strength."
Well, I appreciate it, guys.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks.
All right.
But
Take care. And you hear in unison, "We will see you again."